everybody! Today the video that I have for you is one that was requested on Facebook, so I'm pretty excited about it. Someone finally requested I do a certain video. So this one's going to be about how I clean my makeup brushes. What I use is the Sephora brand cleaner, and I use the daily makeup brush cleaner, and then I also use this makeup brush shampoo. So I use this product here every day after I'm done using my brushes, and then this one here is used on a weekly basis, so it's more of a deep cleaning to get all of that yucky stuff out of your brushes. And they're both antibacterial, which is very, very important when cleaning your brushes, because you want them to be nice and clean and free of bacteria, so you don't cause any problems for your skin. And for people like myself, where I do have problematic skin and I get breakouts on a regular basis, this is very important to keep my skin as clear as I possibly can. So first I'm going to show you guys how I use this product, which is the Daily Makeup Cleanser. So every day after I'm done putting my makeup on, I take this stuff. The directions say to give it 4 squirts and then move on to the next step, but I usually use at least 5 squirts, maybe 6, but I usually do 5, and I'll show you how. So I feel like if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, I've got pretty much covered, but I like to just do 1 extra squirt on the top. And then what you do, you just take your paper towel and then you just swirl it. And you can see makeup is coming out of the brush, so it is cleaning your brush nicely. And then if you're following the directions, you should be done now, but I like to do it one last time just to make sure my brushes are nice and clean, since I'm only using the shampoo once a week. So I just want my brushes to be as clean as possible in between shampoos. So one more time. I just did 4 and then swirl it again. So there's still a little bit coming out, and as you can see, that's the reason why I like to do it again. And then from there, you can just stand your brushes up in your holder or wherever you put them and let them dry, and then they'll be ready for you to use in a couple of hours as soon as they're dry, but they'll be ready for you for the next day when you're putting your makeup on again. So that's how I use the cleanser. Now, we're gonna head into the bathroom so I can show you how I use the shampoo, so let's go. Okay, so I've got a couple of brushes here. I'm just gonna do one to show you how I do it. So you just take one of your brushes and soak it first with some warm water. Just swirl it around a bit just to get it nice and soaked. And then don't take too much water. I think I took too much water. So make sure it's a little bit wet. You don't want it too wet, and then just take your shampoo and I do 4 squirts. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the palm of your hand, and then just swirl your brush around in that little pool of shampoo. Just keep swirling. And I'll do that first. So you can see the makeup coming out of it. And then just rinse it with warm water. You don't want to have too hot water, but just nice warm water. And then again, I like to do it twice just because I like to make sure my brushes are clean. So a couple of squirts this time. Maybe a little more water, and then just swirl. And as you can see, the second time around, it is getting a little more foamy, and that's because there's not as much oil and makeup and stuff left in the brush. So that soap isn't absorbing as much of those yucky things because there's not as much in it. And as you can see, there's really not that much color coming off. And then rinse with nice warm water. So you don't want your water to be, you don't want to be doing it with really hot water, you just want it to be nice lukewarm water. It's more gentle on your brushes. And once you've got that all rinsed, then you just sort of squeeze them to get the excess water out. Then from there, I just like to kind of reshape it. And then what I do is I take a paper towel and I lay it down on any surface where I want them to dry, and then I just set my brushes up on that paper towel so that it's underneath the wet bristles, and then I just let it dry. And these will be ready and dry the next morning for me to use again to apply my makeup. So that's how I use the Sephora makeup brush shampoo to get my brushes nice and clean and ready to go for the week. Okay, so that's how I do my weekly cleaning to get my brushes nice and clean. Like I said, I do it on a weekly basis just because that's what the directions tell me to do. You can do it more often if you feel your brushes are getting a little gunked up before the end of the week, then you really do want to keep them nice and clean. And there are a lot of other brush cleaning products out there that are similar to these, with the daily cleanser and more deep cleaning shampoo. I use the Sephora ones because my boyfriend actually got these for me for Christmas, last Christmas, and I've been using them ever since just because they do a really good job at cleaning my brushes. I can tell after I use it, especially obviously this one, that my brushes are nice and clean and soft and they're good to go. These little bottles cost $8 each, and then they have another slightly bigger size, and I do have the bigger size in the brush cleanser since I use it daily, and obviously I tend to use more of it, so I like to keep the bigger size, but I've been using this for a while and I don't know where my bigger bottle went. I just refill this one so that it's nice and small and easy to squirt and stuff like that. I don't know where my bigger bottle went, otherwise I would have showed it to you guys here today. But I think that the bigger bottles cost about $12. I'll look it up on Sephora and I'll leave the information in the description of the video below so you know how much they cost, and those prices are Canadian. So I guess that's it. Pretty simple and easy, and I really recommend using this stuff, keeping your brushes nice and clean. One of the easiest ways to be spreading bacteria on your face is through your brushes, and a lot of people don't really think about it, but it's a very good idea to keep your brushes nice and clean. So that's it, everyone. Don't forget, if you haven't already, go to Facebook and like my page on Facebook. You can follow me on Twitter. Also go to my blog, thecreativeglow.blogspot.com, and you can now start following my blog on Bloglovin. If you guys don't know a whole lot about Bloglovin, I'll be doing a post on that fairly soon. I'll be leaving all that information about where you guys can find me all over the internet in the description of this video as usual. So take a look and make sure, come find me, because I really love you guys, and I really want to have you guys there. The more the merrier. So that's it for today, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Have an awesome day. Bye. Nice and clean, nice and clean. Really nice and clean. Nice and clean. Keeps them nice and clean. Nice and clean and soft. Nice and clean, nice and clean. Yeah, that's, my brushes are nice and clean.